essentially the play it meets Nick and Sarah, who are they're at a kind of crossroads, pivotal point in their relationship. Things aren't necessarily going as well as they should be, and they're sort of at the point where it's either going to fall apart or they have to make it work. And through the course of the play, they end up in what we've been calling the coma world, which is a sort of a bizarre, obscure place, not based anywhere in sort of time or location.
Coma world basically resides within his head, and all the experiences that he goes through are to sort of help him reach the end of his journey. And he goes through some horrific experiences. Something seems torturous, but also there's sort of very funny experiences as well, and he comes across some very interesting characters almost within inside his own head.
Well, Simpson and Lester are a partnership.
Team.
A team. They go into people's minds.
Like Inception.
Like Inception. They go into people's minds and they will tackle their problems. I think that's a good way of putting it. That's what the audience could take away. It's
like the good angel and the evil angel on your shoulder.
Similar,
That's
they're akin to that. They're akin to that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that is what you're going to see.
Slightly different. But the same sort of thing, they're in people's minds. Lester and Simpson and Lester are in Nick's mind.
They're both trying to get the job done, and one of us is a complete cynic, just a realist really, and the other one, this man, is a complete optimist and thinks everything is going to wrap up neatly into a nice little package. And that's kind of the dynamic really, where whenever there's a problem, that's how it kind of pans out when they're moving through the narrative.
I felt it was an interesting area for a play to be exploring, and an uncommon area. The idea of a near-death experience, the experience of a coma sufferer. Ultimately, it's a very human tale. It is about a kind of destructive relationship, and it's thrown into incredible circumstances that I don't think anyone can tell what's going to happen by the end of the play, and I think it leaves people kind of asking that question of what does it feel like to be in a near-death experience? What does it feel like to be within this world of the play?
The play touches on a near-death experience, and I think asks the question, what does happen? What seems to be pure fantasy is in fact grounded in well-documented evidence from medical practitioners, medics, nurses, survivors of heart attacks, car crashes, who remember what actually happened, what they went through during the time when they were unconscious and in a very special world. I think it's a very provoking play. It's a very witty, and I like the light touch throughout the play, dealing with such a profoundly serious topic. It isn't proselytizing, it isn't putting a point of view. It's asking a question, opening up the debate and drawing the audience into it.
We kind of wanted to leave some questions of the reality of this, where are they, all of that, and also leave Nick with a bit of a question mark. So he's never 100% sure of what is happening, never entirely sure who he's talking to, where he is, what's going to happen, which I think keeps everything in a very much dreamlike state, because you're never sure of what's going to happen in a dream, and he's always slightly on edge and slightly confused, and it allows us to do some really interesting things with the script. We can go anywhere we like. I think what we've got in the play, which is quite novel, is to sort of have psychology on stage. So you see the inside workings of Nick, one of our main characters' mind. Seeing a psychology on stage and all the things that allows you to do is really exciting, it's fantastic.
We have got directors, actors, writers, researchers, composers, just everyone has so many different talents, and so I kind of wanted to put that all into one big cauldron and just see kind of what we came up with.
What I had was this opportunity to create two levels. One level was this dream soundscape, and then on top of that I had the emotional kind of thematic layer where I could introduce various different themes for the characters, which would develop in various ways throughout the play. throughout the school.
Ultimately, I think the play questions the mind versus the consciousness, the experience of people in near death. Again, the endless possibilities in dreams. And also it does examine a relationship which I think is a very relatable tale. I think there is something for everyone, and I'm having enormous fun just seeing it being put together, just seeing the lighting, the sound, the musical score. Really, I'm having a fantastic time, and I think it's a great play, and I'm looking forward to seeing the finished product.